Hello everybody and welcome. We are live right now from the Elevate Demo Day número 4 and we're in an amazing venue here at the Brotfabrik in Vienna and we're soon about to start, but this right now is actually the pre-show. We're bringing you behind the scenes interviews as we get ready to start. And my name is Juan Guerra and I have the pleasure to host this pre-live stream show so that you can get a feeling of actually how we got here. How is this demo day happening? You can also learn more about the people behind that have supported the startups and the ones actually running the Elevate Accelerator program. And as you can see, I have a person right here next to me. His name is Valentin Aschermann and he is the head of startup services at TheVentury. Hey Valentin, welcome.
Hi Con, nice to be here.
Thank you very much for stopping by. I know it's a very exciting day for you. Thank you for taking the time and stopping by the studio.
Yeah, you're welcome. So actually today is more relaxed than the past demo days. I'm in a new role. I have passed on all my operational obligations to Kati Binder, the program manager of Elevate. So I'm more relaxed today. I mean, of course, I'm always also nervous with our startups, but I'm very confident that we will see great pitches from their side. So actually, pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I can see I see your smile. I can see that you have something prepared for us that we're gonna be amazed. So
yeah, I hope so.
I mean, I've seen the work also, how you guys really dedicate yourself to supporting the startups and to make sure that we get here to where we need to be. And it really, I can see where that smile is coming from. So, yeah. Thank you very much. I have a couple of questions for you, and actually have to do more with how do you end up at TheVentury? How do you end up head of startup services? Because I know that you have had quite an entrepreneurial journey. And if maybe for those people watching, you could share with us how you got here.
Yes, so basically, yeah, I had an entrepreneurial journey by myself. In 2012, I started my first startup called Simple Wish. I was just finishing my studies of entrepreneurship and innovation at the VU, and yeah, I saw this opportunity and just did it. I found my first startup, which was Simple Wish. It was a platform to organize group gifts. And yeah, that was in 2012. In 2014, we had to admit that we failed. And that's when I started to also think a lot about the reasons behind it, and actually wrote my master's thesis on that. And was thinking a lot about lean startup and hypothesis-driven entrepreneurship and what I could have done to prevent ourselves from failing with the startup and to kind of ease the situation, because in the end, 90% of all the startups out there, they're failing, and we try to help them, and I try to support them. So going through through this journey on my own, I then started to work for another incubation program here in Austria called Inits, and I was there for 2 years as a startup consultant and also as a head of, as I was also responsible for their acceleration program, the startup camp, and that's my journey.
I can definitely see that really hands-on experience when it comes to startups. I mean, it's really funny because you mentioned this little statistic of the 90% who fail. And I think that as an entrepreneur, you have to be so optimistic that you really believe that you're going to be part of that 10%. Blinded.
Yes, absolutely. Blinded is the right word there. I think it's really important to be optimistic, and you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't even try it if you weren't. If you notice the numbers, you wouldn't try it if you weren't optimistic. But on the other side, optimism is not. It's good on the one hand side, but it can also distort your perception of reality, and it can block you from important insights from your customers, from the market, that would have told you to do something else, something different. So that's one of the things that we cover in Elevate, in our acceleration program. Yeah.
And good that you mentioned that about Elevate now, because today is a demo day. It means you're going to show the work of the last 5 months. I'm sure it was quite a lot.
Yeah.
Can you share with us a bit more?
Yes, of course. So Elevate is our accelerator. It's a 5-month program for startups, which basically helps them from early prototype, idea stage, to a validated business model. So we help them to actually find problem solution fit, maybe even product market fit, but problem solution fit, that's what we aim for. And we are focused on machine learning and applied AI startups.
Okay.
And 5 months program, and we have in each month we have one boot camp, and the demo day marks the end of this journey.
Yeah, so what exactly can we expect today? Are they going to talk about, okay, 5 months ago I did this, and then 4 months ago I did that? I mean, can you tell us a bit more about the demo day as such? What do we see today?
So today we'll see, we'll have Jacob, our head on AI and everything, with a lightning talk on the status quo of AI. That's what we start the demo day with, a lightning talk. And then there's Josh, our head of machine learning, who is giving us a short lightning talk on biases in AI and how tricky they are. And afterwards we will see our startups pitch in front of a jury of investors, in front of investors in the audience, and of corporate partners that we brought and partners in general that we brought to today's demo day. Okay. So you will see them pitch, and basically this is what brings everything together. This whole journey of 5 months, I think that they can. We'll see that. We see that they made progress, and I think that we'll see a great show today.
Yeah, I mean, the statistics are quite impressive, like 500 hours of this and 500 hours of that. Like, I don't want to spoil it for the people watching, and we'll see later the presentations more in detail, but it's really, it's very hands-on. Now,
it's hands-on, yes. So basically that's what also makes Elevate special in a way. I think that this is what sets us apart from other acceleration programs, that we basically don't only invest money and workshops in our startups, but we really invest hands-on execution. Each startup that is entering Elevate gets a dedicated tech team. That's a growth hacker and an IT developer to kind of into their team, and they work alongside with the team for those 5 months. So they are with them for this period of 5 months, working on product, working on the marketing strategy, working on the execution of marketing, and bringing the first customers to the product.
That's quite interesting. I mean, what do you think those startups coming in? What do you see that they change through that process? What would you say compared to what we will see today? Where were they 5 months ago? I mean,
so I think that. When they came to us for the first time, they already had a pitch.
Okay.
They were already quite sure what to do. And the first boot camp of Elevate is dedicated to this whole topic of problem validation. So it was on them to go out and talk to the first customers and to really see, first of all, who is my customer, who are my customers, and what is their problem. And there are various techniques. We use qualitative and as well as quantitative testing to assess if we actually understood the problem. And once we are sure that they understood the problem, then we kind of move on with them to the next level. That's solution validation. Then we first test their ideas in the market, and usually they are not right with the problem statement that they start with. So we see a lot of pivots happening over the course of the program. I think that every startup pivoted something. Yeah, some of them did major changes. Some of them changing the product from B2C to B2B. Yes.
Okay. And that's a big
That's a big pivot. Yes, that's a whole new target audience, and you have to of course learn again from them and with them.
And how does that affect you? Because you invest and you want to support a startup that comes with one idea, one problem, one solution. Suddenly you start working with them and like, guys, like this is not the way it's gonna go.
Yeah, so I think that's why I say you don't invest in the idea, but you invest in a team. And we usually, so I think that this is one of the criteria that you usually look at. Are the teams flexible? Are they flexible enough? Are they willing to learn? Because if they're stubborn and just moving in this one direction, then it means that they just have this one silver bullet. If they got it right, they're lucky and okay. But that's rarely the case. So you need to have flexibility. You need to allow changes in your startup. I think that's the number one rule to survive. Being adaptive.
As an entrepreneur, I mean, you need to be able to identify those opportunities and be able to listen. But also many people say that we should also stick with what you choose and continue pushing through. So, I mean, I think there are different advices out there, and there are different strategies for people. And I mean, I think
that doesn't even mean that you don't need endurance. You definitely need endurance, and you need to kind of stick to it.
Yeah.
But
But make sure that the ship is aimed at the right direction. You can stick that ship and stick in that direction for a while, but you need to prove that this is the right direction.
Yes.
Sure. Nice. So, yeah, and I find that quite interesting, especially that process. Then my question would be, what's next? I mean, this is the end for this batch number 4.
Yep.
What's up with the next batch coming in?
Yes.
What's going to happen?
We basically learn from every interaction that we have with the startups. It's our 4th batch now, and we are still iterating things. Practice what you preach, right?
Yeah.
So we listen to our customers, and we always change little things of the program. And there are some major changes for the next batch. What we'll definitely do is we'll try to address new target audiences.
Okay.
So one of them are our corporate partners. So we actually learned that in a lot of our corporate partners, there are also very innovative ideas and projects executing them, but they're really executing them, right?
Nice.
So we are also trying to help them by doing problem validation, solution validation, and we will this time next batch allow for the first time also a corporate team to join the batch. That's one thing that is new.
Nice.
But we also try to increase the cooperation that we have with especially educational institutions. There's quite some changes there.
That sounds very exciting. And obviously you can see that it continues to improve and grow. So Valentin, thank you very much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
As you know, Valentin, the head of startup services at TheVentury. And I wish you a very exciting event and have some fun.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.